We're back. Time for some more World Cup of Design playthroughs. We're playing this evening Attrition Valley by violinguy69, Chucky Violin. Um, yeah, Chuck's a contest vet, and we'll see what he cooked up for us with Attrition Valley Golf Club. So, yeah, in terms of the judging form, black tees, either north or south wind, medium or more. So I went with a north, I believe I went with a south wind, medium. So the north or south wind makes certain holes either very tough or birdie bait. It depends on whether you want the opening tough holes to be downwind or the closing tough holes. Okay, well, we'll see. 7,600 yards. This could be interesting. I play with a 281 driver, and I'm playing on pro difficulty, as per usual. Scout cam off, follow cam off. So, and yeah, pin 2. So let's see what we got. So we've got, well, off the opening tee, it looks like we have two blind bunkers flanking either side. So I don't know, maybe a little questionable. The long grass looks a little light compared to the dark green heavy rough. Those are a couple things that I noticed right off the bat. Not to just start nitpicking right off the first tee. We do have a nice view over the lake there to the left, though. All right, so this is way downhill. So let's see. We probably got to aim at the right edge of the fairway and let the wind carry it in. I think if we aim kind of over the right edge of the front tee box there. All right, Tanner's in the house. .323. Okay, that's a decent poke. All right, we managed to avoid the bunkers. So yeah, we don't see that bunker on the right. I'm not gonna say you have to absolutely see every bunker from everywhere. That pin looks awfully close to the edge. Like that's got to be what, like 2.5 yards. That's got to sit. Okay, maybe not too bad. That's. I don't think that's that unreasonable. Okay, so kind of if you bail right, you've got a really downhill putt. We've kind of got this two-tiered green with kind of like some waves in the back. Looks like there's, I guess, kind of just like a mown bank here on the left side. Okay. Hmm. So I believe in his description he said the first hole. What hole? I'm just looking for what holes would be. 1, 4, 6, and 8 would either be downwind or into the wind. Seemed like it's playing. It played across. Okay, so we've got this stream that kind of like, I guess it's flowing this way and then just kind of like does like a button hook route and comes back that way and starts flowing towards the lake, I'm guessing. We've got Alright, the green's got this steep fall off short left. Pins in the back. Ah, we just missed it. Okay, and there's kind of like a knob coming in there from the hillside. That's sort of what gives the green its identity. Yeah, I think the routing of that stream seems a little odd. All right, we know where the next hole is. That's good. Looks like you got some grass that made its way onto your path over there. I mean, not that that's that a big a deal. Okay, we got a short par 4. It's downhill, downwind. Hmm. This does not look like. I mean, this is just rough here. I don't. I'm not following here. We've got a pretty insane carry to the fairway, and then there's just bunkers scattered all over the place. I guess is the kind of the like I need to hit a big cut around the trees here. I don't know. It seems like it makes sense to. I don't know. Like, could you put some fairway here? Maybe it's like kind of narrow, and maybe make this a little more generous out to the left. I guess I'll have to see the green, but I think I'm just gonna try and hit a driver. Like, maybe make the green side bunker there. Because downhill and downwind, I think I can make it. I might even be able to clear the tree, but I'll hit a little cut just to be safe. Okay, so we got a long bunker shot, but I don't know. Beats deal with dodging landmines in that fairway over there. And yeah, green shape looks. I don't know. Like you've got like these little waves and stuff that looks. I suppose that front portion kind of there's like a swale eating into the green, but I mean you might as well just let the right just make the green kind of go straight across like this, and that way the ball gets to run a little further, and then you've got this cutout here, and it's just kind of like around some fairway. Like I feel like you could kind of expand your green a little bit so that it's a little closer to that back bunker. But yeah, just kind of strategically, this hole's kind of feels like a bit of a head scratcher if I'm being honest. All right, I think we could splash this maybe. We're kind of in between. Where's our? Yeah, the pitching wedge to 9 iron's a big gap. Wonder if we can do a flop. Yeah, we'll try that. Yeah, it kind of seems like the green sort of just goes every which way. Yeah, I mean, it feels like there's way more trouble on if you play out to the left than if you try and hit it near the green, which kind of seems like the opposite of what the way you should route a short par 4 like this. Got a nice view over some other holes there, though. Okay, some more kind of iffy visibility here. Like you've planted some rocks that are covering up that bunker on the right. We can't see the bunker on the left there very well. I don't know. It kind of feels like some of the bunkers just aren't kind of sitting in the land the way you'd kind of want them to, I guess. Yeah. I'm gonna need to go ahead and take this shortcut, I think. Am I gonna run out of room? I might. I probably will, but even if I hit a 3-wood, that's still probably saving me some yardage. And I don't have to deal with the crook of the dog leg. Kind of curious what this is playing on the scorecard. 591, yeah, that's not really reachable for me as it is, so I might as well just play out to the left here and go driver off the deck. This won't get there, but I think it'll clear the junk probably. No, maybe not. Yeah, we just made it. Okay, and then we kind of got this raised green with a false front, false left edge. You got like a pad of fairway there. Maybe you can run it up there if you hit a huge drive and it's playing downwind. I did kind of bypass that big fairway bunker. I was kind of curious how that was sculpting wise because I couldn't really see it off the tee. Okay, so now we got a par 3 again. Like I don't what's going on with this pine tree here? Just kind of blocking the site of the bunker and half of the green. Okay, so we got a front pin on a long par 3. So let's see if the front of the green there is gonna let us run one up here. We probably want to land it maybe about 200 be good. Oh, didn't quite make it. I think you gotta aim a little further right to if you want to run it on there. Still, pretty easy chip shot. You got the big fall off left, and the bunker's kind of is sort of guarding if you try and run it up there and you pull it a little bit, I think. I think the mist here feels a bit much. Like yeah, I don't know. It looks a bit strange if I'm being honest. I don't know if that's just from the waterfall or if you added it in. I'm guessing it's just from the high falls you used as the rushing water. I mean, but the thing is, it's not like it's like above the player, right? So it's not like you really see the rushing water anyway. So I'm not so sure if that was necessary. Kind of just waste of object meter probably. Okay, so now we've got an elevated tee shot, so you've gotten us up here, and now we have this nice view over the valley down below. So we don't have much of a landing area on this 483-yard par 4. I'm guessing that my drive's probably going to land in here somewhere. Ah, well, we landed in the bunker. So just yeah, it looks like I feel like if I just landed a little further right, I would have run off the right side of the fairway. I don't think he really gave me much room to work here. I mean, in if I laid up, I'd be like, I'd have like I don't know, 220 in, which seems like a bit much asking me to do that. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a baby. I'd say so far this is the best hole, but in terms of playability, I don't think it is, mainly because of that tee shot. Okay, so the green just kind of has some, some yellow slopes here and there. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, so now we got a dogleg right. So I'm just looking at you got your dead trees with like you stuck a little bush at the top of them. I don't know. Maybe it's like been the forest rangers kind of knocked off some limbs and it's kind of regrowing in that little spot. I don't know. It does look a little strange. Okay, so with that aside, we're kind of playing up along this lake here. Bunkers left, water right, hit the fairway. That's kind of what we're ordering up here. Feels like that I don't know if that overgrowth, like with all the dead vegetation there, like it's just blocking the views of kind of the rocks and everything along the the lake. I mean, that feels like something that wouldn't they want to clear that out? Like that feels like something they would take care of. That could be trouble. Boom. Down she goes. The dreaded fade out. When you're playing without the scout cam and you get the dreaded fade out and you can tell it's going to move to the drop screen. Well, I guess I might as well just go as far up as I can. Okay, so we're not getting home in two, so we should probably just play out to the left here. Let's aim for the bunker. I think the sculpting along this, like the right side of the fairway there, looks like it. I think it needed a little bit of, just a little bit of TLC. It's not nothing egregiously bad, but it, when you're in a contest like this, that stuff kind of stands out. All right, severely uphill pitch. It's blind. All right, we could save our bogey here. Yeah, again, I feel like I'd take out some of these trees just to kind of improve give some of the some longer views. I think in the areas where I've been able to see out over the valley in the distance, I mean that's like I think a strength of this course visually. Kind of does remind me a bit of Saranac Post, at least in that one regard. I mean, the design is completely different, but so we have a gigantic green that just kind of gently slopes kind of back left to front right. But yeah, this hole just kind of seems very, you know, hit a good drive, hit a good second shot. It's not really asking you to make any kind of decision. All right, we had a short par 5 around the lake. Again, you're blocking it with trees. I feel like you could have some really nice views off to the side there, but you just kind of block it with vegetation. You can have like a tree or two, but like if you plant them really close together like that, then you can't see. So instead, I'm just kind of left with like tunnel vision down the fairway. All right. Well, we managed to hit the fairway. Okay, so it's like one of those. It is a long par 5. It just looks like it's playing shorter because of how, as the crow flies, it was 525. Okay, so can I clear? I think we're playing for that green side bunker basically. And that's what we got. Okay, so we got a very slight false front, and then a fall off at the back left. Those back pins look like they could be a real challenge if you try and go for it in two and you end up missing it in the wrong place, you could have a pretty tough up and down. All right, we got our birdie. Yeah, and I mean, I can make out that there's water there, so this isn't like egregiously bad or anything. Um, but again, it is very much hit the fairway. That's your job. But yeah, it feels like there's a lot of stuff just kind of hiding hiding the fairway there. When again, you do have the potential for a very pretty tee shot along the river there, but you don't see any of it. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you want to look for when you're play testing, right? Don't just think of, okay, does it play the way I want it to, right? Is there a way, ask yourself, can I make this a little better visually with just small tweaks? I'm not saying you got to completely, manipulate the landscape to make it look completely unnatural just so you can see all your bunkers and all that stuff. But sometimes just doing a little bit of manipulation of the land between the tee and the landing area can go a long way. All right, we're kind of in between clubs here. I think we gotta land that at least 186. Yeah, it's not gonna get there, I don't think. I think we'll just loft this and see what we get. Well, that didn't work out. No, we got bailed out. Okay, so severe upslope to the green. Yeah, we just kind of caught that hill and kicked down the green. Let's see if we can get ourselves a scummy birdie here. All right, we hit the turn. Okay, so we can see our bunker. Again, I think your rocks and all the vegetation there on the right is too high. It's blocking too much stuff, I think. Again, I don't think it's really compromising much in terms of playability, but so then here you've got this little strip of fairway to the left. I'm not going there. It seems like what I'm debating is whether to hit it over this bunker on the left or try and play out to this little bulge of fairway here. And it seems like the green is angled to accept a shot from the right. But I don't know if you can really get that angle unless you like lay way back. Which I don't know. I guess that's a strategic ploy where if you want the angle, you got to lay back a little more and give yourself a longer shot. But I'm going to take a wedge all day, even if the angle's a little worse. That turned out pretty good. Okay, so the green's kind of got like that front compartment. Could be fun. And then you got this back tier. We can go ahead and watch that again. Okay, so this is a par 3. Again, feels a little underwhelming visually, right? I see that little sliver of bunker on the left, and otherwise it's just heavy rough for miles with the green kind of in the distance there. I don't know if this is sort of like a connector hole or something, and you didn't really feel the need to or the desire to, manipulate the land or something. I mean, that's fine, but it is a bit of an underwhelming hole. Let's see what's going on up at the green. Okay, so we got a bit of a kicker slope at the back there and some ridges and things. So yeah, I think this green's pretty interesting. I don't really have any issues with it at all. I just think visually it's off the tee. It's a little bit of a dud. Okay, so we kind of got like a sharp dog-leg left. It looks like you kind of hit your drive out to the corner of the dogleg and then make a left turn and hit it onto the green. You like it, Matt? We went from Gold Boy to the Golden Bear. Sixth hole. Which one was that? 493. I guess I don't remember in particular which one that is. Okay, so we've got. Are those like. I guess those are shipping containers there, kind of serving as a big retaining wall. Again, I think the sculpting along the edge of the fairway here looks like. It looks a little sloppy, if I'm being honest. I think this needed some small flatten brush action. Just the fuzzy one. Oh, the Maersk template. Okay, I got you. I didn't. I think the pin was on the left, and I went left, so I didn't really get a good look at it. This is the first good look we've gotten at the shipping containers. Okay, so we want to land this about 155. I think we'll just loft a 7-iron here. I think that I gotta say the juxtaposition there of the rocks and the shipping container, well, we'll call it a retaining wall because that's what you meant it to be. It looks a bit awkward. I mean, I think it's better than using the actual dedicated retaining wall and just having a gigantic wooden wall there. But maybe have do something like this with with more rocks. I think that would look a little better. All right, so that cut scene there. I mean, I know this is a nitpick, but that cut scene there, when I looked back there, I saw lots of empty spots in the forest there without any like undergrowth or anything. I probably would have that in with a little bit of planting. Okay, so now we got a long uphill par 4. Green's just kind of totally shut off there. I don't know. I feel like it'd be nice if I could run the ball up there a little bit. Maybe you could have added, since it's hazy, maybe you could have added like a bunker in the on I think that would have sat pretty well in that valley. Just a thought. I'm not saying it's essential, but dare I say, since Matt's in the chat, it might frame the shot a little better. We love our framing bunkers, don't we, folks? Okay, again, kind of these little pines getting in the way for no real reason. Like this could have been a really visually dramatic second shot, right? It's a long second shot over this imposing bunker, but you're just kind of covering it up with overgrowth. Okay, so this is pretty much all carry. I don't know if I'm going to be able to really stop it here. Right, so it seems like you kind of had an opportunity here to maybe create some options if, maybe you got rid of this little part of the bunker so that if I kind of play out to the right side, that maybe you could run, bounce a shot in there. I don't know. I mean, there is a slope up there, but it looks like it's probably not enough for me to really work a ball all the way around. All right, now my laptop's made a moaning sound. I think it's my fan. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, so the green, gently falls kind of right to left and front to back. Seems very inviting to run a shot into. I just don't think he gave us enough room out to the right to use it. Yeah, and then, just a thought would be to kind of clear out some of these trees a little bit because, we have these really beautiful views out over the course, but there's stuff getting in the way. Again, I'm not saying take them all out, but maybe thin it out just a bit. Okay, now we got our mega drop shot par 3. I think the green feels a little gimmicky if I'm being frank. I'm not saying, like, when you play mountainous courses, it's not that uncommon to see par 3s like this. I generally don't like playing them in real life because I can never club myself, but I'm not I'm not necessarily vehemently opposed to it, but I think with this big, like, the main feature of this hole is the dramatic elevation change and the visual that it gives you off the tee. I feel like making the green shaped like a C kind of feels a little like, I think it's doing a little too much. It's trying too hard. I think you could have made your green shape a little more subdued. Alright, the wind is actually going to knock this down quite a bit. So I'm just going to play a 9-iron. Alright, safe shot, middle of the green. Yeah, and that front pin, it doesn't really feel like anything's protecting it, right? I mean, if I missed it short left, if I clubbed down and was a little more aggressive and missed it short left, what penalty am I paying? Right? I have a chip that I can hole. I'm not sure what's going on with that bunker there. Okay, and you're trying that back right plateau is supposed to be the tough one, but that sculpting there looks a little rough. Okay, anyway, I probably said enough about this hole. Yes, sir. Like I said, my favorite par 3 on the course. Okay, so we've got, this is a nicely set up tee shot just visually. Um, Again, okay, so it's a drivable par 4. It's basically, do you want to try and carry the water? And again, you've got this well protected green with this fearsome hazard around it, and you're putting a tiny little pine tree in the way. Why? Right? That's not going to deter me from hitting the shot. Okay. And then in terms of our layup options, okay, so yeah, if you want to play to the right here, I mean that gives you like 90 in. You can just kind of bail way left here with like a 3-wood or something, or a hybrid. That leaves you about 100. So I mean, if I'm not gonna go for it, I would play way out here. I don't really see any advantage in taking on these bunkers unless there's something in the green I didn't see. But yeah, anyway. So we need to make about a 288 carry into the wind, but it is downhill. I think we can make it. Except it's a 3-wood. God damn it. All right. I also I'm not this is the ultimate nitpick, but I'm not sure about the color of your stakes. That looks like a regular water hazard and not a lateral hazard. So it should be yellow. All right, after completely screwing ourselves over by using the wrong club, we somehow have a birdie opportunity here. So, yeah, kind of a two-tiered job. Yeah, I basically the comment I made on the tee stands. I don't know why you play right off the tee and take on all those bunkers. Okay, big par five. I don't think we're getting there in two. Yeah, I think we're just gonna plot out three shots here. So it seems like we've got a generous fairway. We're kind of right in our landing area, so we might as well hit driver. Sometimes if I have a three-shot par five, I'll just lay back off the tee since I don't need to hit a long drive, but there's no real incentive to do that. Again, you're planning things that just cover up your bunkers. Um, when you throw stuff down, go back and play test, go to the tee, see how it looks. That could be wet. Well, I saw it bounce. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so the fairway slopes away from the creek. Very hard away from the creek. I mean, think about the way water drains, right? I mean, it would seem natural for the right side of the fairway to be the low side, right? And then if you play right, you have a flatter lie. If you play left, then you got the ball below your feet, and if you're going for it in two, you got to aim out over the water there and hope that it cuts back. This just kind of feels backwards and unnatural. Okay. Okay. So like I mean the green here that looks good, right? That's kind of the way you'd expect that green to slope, right? It's going down towards the water. Well, that was a pretty lousy effort. Yeah, I like this. So, the green opens up from the left a little more because you have those bunkers, so it pays to if you're going to lay up, you want to be coming in from the left. Yeah, so I think like the last, 150 yards or so of this hole is actually pretty good, just in terms of how the hole sits on the land and the strategy. So we got a little view of the maintenance area there. I mean, honestly, if you just recontoured the first fairway there, that's probably the best hole on the course, pretty easily. Um, okay, so we got sort of a longish uphill par four. Looks like the fairway kind of has a little bit of reverse camber going on. Okay, yeah. So it looks like if you play close to that bunker there, you can kind of get up on that upper plateau, that or the upper fairway. Gives you an easier second shot. Yeah, the green looks a little stock shapy, but I can tell it's not. Oh, that's probably bunkered. Might clear it. Okay, so we got. I'm always a little wary of high front tiers and low back tiers. It does let you kind of feed a shot in from the right, but then it makes the front pins like often decidedly unfun. I think this hole is probably short enough that it's okay, but I don't know. It looks a little abrupt. I think something more subtle would have worked better here. Especially since again the hole is uphill, right? So it just seems like this green is fighting the land, you know? It doesn't seem very natural. See if we kept it on the green. We did. All right, we'll take two putts from back there. All right, so what do we got? We're on the last hole. All right, I was kind of hoping that on 18 we'd kind of get a nice view of the rest of the course again, give us one last view over that beautiful river valley you built. But I don't know. I mean, maybe the routing doesn't work, but that way. But maybe you could have renumbered the holes or something. So we got a long par four finisher. Right, again, this bunker on the right you can't see. You can make out that it's there, but you can't really see it. So like why not just like extend it so it gets a little closer to the tee. Right? Then you'd be able to see it and you'd have like a nice little layering with the green side bunkers on the left there. Okay, so I think we're okay with a hybrid here. It might not quite get all the way back, but we should be able to put one on the green here. Okay, so it's a mostly flat green with a few with certainly has plenty of slope, but it doesn't seem to really go in one particular direction. It seems like you want to drive it to the outside of the dog leg to give yourself an angle. Although I guess to this pin you actually want to come at it from the right side. All right, so I was pretty unsparing. I won't lie. I'm not gonna try and go back on what I said. But Chuck's a good dude. I've served on a number of judging panels with him. So you know I'm unsparing in my criticism because I care. So yeah, I thought the environment had a lot of potential. I think I would have showed it off a little more, and then just make your holes fit the land a little bit better. And I think a little more effort into the sight lines would have gone a long way with this one. So, but I think the rest of my playthrough kind of speaks for itself. So I won't go with a long postscript here. So I'll end it there. I'll stop the stream right now, but I'll come back on the other side of a very short break for a second playthrough. Thanks for watching.